Welcome to English Tales for Learners, your sacred forge where the fires of transformation blaze with an eternal intensity. Today, we plunge into an electrifying, soul-shaking journey under the banner of Pain Builds Power. A truth so raw, so visceral, it promises to transmute your deepest struggles into the unstoppable force that will catapult you to greatness. Imagine a life where every tear that stains your cheeks, every wound that scars your heart, every moment of soul-crushing agony becomes a sacred foundation for a strength that towers above the heavens. Can you feel the weight of that revelation pulling at the strings of your soul, igniting a spark of wonder? Beneath the surface of your pain lies a hidden titan, a reservoir of power waiting to erupt, a dormant legend yearning to be unleashed. Are you ready to embrace that hurt with open arms, to wield it as a mighty sword, to forge it into a destiny that echoes through eternity? Let's embark on this profound odyssey together, and let it awaken a fire within you that burns brighter than the stars. Picture this with every trembling fiber of your being. You stand in the heart of a raging storm, rain slashing at your skin like blades, thunder rolling through your bones like a war drum, yet within you roars a resolve tempered in the fiercest fires of pain. See yourself emerging from that chaos, not as a shattered remnant, but as an unbreakable colossus, your spirit radiating with a power born from every scar, every tear, every silent scream. This is no distant dream. It's a living promise, a reality you can seize with your own hands. Every hero who has ever stirred your soul, every legend whose tale has brought tears to your eyes, rose from the smoldering ashes of their pain. They didn't flee from it. They stared it in the face. They battled it with every ounce of their will, and they transformed it into a strength that shaped the world. You too carry that same divine potential, a wellspring of resilience buried beneath the weight of your struggles, a power waiting to surge forth like a river breaking through a dam. The intrigue that grips your heart, the curiosity that sets your pulse racing, is this: what unimaginable might can your pain unleash, and how will it rewrite the story of your life if you dare to harness it? Let's set forth on this transformative pilgrimage, beginning with the courage to face your pain as a sacred mentor. Pause for a moment and ask yourself with a voice that quivers with emotion: what hurt has carved its mark upon me? What wound still lingers in the quiet corners of my heart, whispering its story? Name it. Let it be the sting of rejection that pierced your pride, the aching void left by loss that stole your breath, or the crushing weight of failure that tested your spirit, and cradle it in your hands like a rough, unpolished gem waiting to gleam. This pain is your raw essence, the clay from which your power will rise. But a lesson unembraced is a treasure abandoned. Take bold, trembling steps to shape it. Pour your heart into a journal for 15 minutes each day, letting the words flow like a river of healing. Confront a fear that has haunted your dreams, even if your knees shake. Transform a setback into a stepping stone by crafting a plan to rise again. These acts are your hammer and anvil, striking and molding your pain into a force so potent it can shatter mountains, drawing you closer to a strength that defies the odds. Let me share a story that embodies this truth. A tale of pain so deep it could break the strongest spirit, yet it birthed a power beyond imagination. There was a young woman named Amina, a dreamer with eyes full of hope, who poured her heart into building a small business selling handmade crafts. She worked tirelessly, her fingers bleeding from the needle, her nights stolen by the glow of her lamp, dreaming of a life where her art could lift her family from poverty. But one fateful day, a fire tore through her workshop, reducing years of labor to ashes. The loss was a dagger to her soul, her savings gone, her dreams incinerated, her spirit crushed under the weight of despair. For months, she wandered like a ghost, her hands trembling, her heart a hollow drum. The pain was unbearable, every glance at the charred remains a reminder of her failure, every whisper of pity from her village a wound reopened. She felt abandoned, broken, unworthy. Yet, in the depths of that darkness, a flicker of resolve ignited. She refused to let the fire define her end. With borrowed tools and a heart heavy with grief, she began again, teaching herself new techniques, reaching out to others who had lost, turning her pain into a shared strength. The journey was agonizing, nights of tears, days of doubt, but she persevered. And then, the miracle. Her story spread. Her crafts gained fame, and she built not just a business, but a community center where others learned to rise from their own ashes. The reward? A life of abundance, respect, and a legacy that inspired thousands. Proof that her pain had forged a power that outshone the flames that once consumed her. The path ahead is a battlefield of the soul, a relentless forge where your spirit is refined in the hottest flames. Doubt will slither into your mind like a venomous shadow, sneering that your pain is a mark of weakness, a chain to bind you forever. Despair will wrap around your heart like a cold shroud, whispering that the hurt is an insurmountable mountain. The world may turn its back, urging you to bury your scars in silence, to pretend they never existed. But hear this truth with every beat of your anguished, hopeful heart. Every tear you've shed is a testament to your unyielding endurance. Every wound a sacred badge of your growth. Every silent struggle a brushstroke on the masterpiece of your resilience. The strongest steel is born in the fiercest inferno, and your pain is that sacred fire, a crucible that purifies your soul. When despair strikes with its icy grip, meet it with the roaring fury of a warrior reborn. Each triumph over your hurt carves you into a titan, a force of nature sculpted by the hands of your own suffering, a beacon of power that lights the way for others. The suspense that keeps you enthralled, the mystery that fuels your journey, is this. What awe-inspiring strength, what buried reservoir of courage will erupt from within when you cease to flee your pain and begin to master it with unwavering resolve? Time is the silent blacksmith of this odyssey, shaping you with every fleeting moment, every passing season. Years will weave their tapestry around you, and when you pause to reflect, will you see a life bowed by the weight of pain, a spirit crushed by its echoes, or a life empowered, a soul radiant with the power it has forged? The choice is yours, and it blazes with an urgent, sacred fire in this very breath. Commit to this journey with a resolve that trembles the earth. Carve out sacred moments each day to face your pain, to sit with it, to learn from its whispers, to grow through its trials, even when the process feels like a flame licking at your very core. This power is not a gift bestowed by a distant deity. It's a crown you forge with your own hands, hammer strike by hammer strike, with every tear that falls, every triumph that rises. Your pain is the metal, your will the fire, and from this union emerges a strength that can withstand the ages. Look around you, through the haze of a world that stumbles in the dark. The faces you see are often those of souls who have let pain define their defeat, who have surrendered to its weight and allowed their flames to flicker out. Don't let that be the epitaph etched upon your spirit. You were born with a fire that pain can stoke into an inferno, a purpose that your struggles can hone into a blade of destiny. Ignite that fire with a question that sears your soul. What can this pain teach me? What strength can it awaken? Is it the iron grit to rise from the ashes of a fall, the tender compassion to heal the wounds of others, the profound wisdom to navigate life's fiercest storms? Hold that answer close when the nights grow long and the silence presses heavy, and let it propel you forward with the unstoppable energy of 1,000 battles won, a force that defies the pull of despair and lifts you to the heavens. Surround yourself with the forges of inspiration that will sharpen your spirit. Seek books that temper your resolve like steel in a flame. Connect with souls who have turned their pain into a symphony of power, and cast out the voices that drown your strength in the quicksand of pity. You are the alloy of your influences. Choose those that harden your will, that reflect the titan within. Find mentors who have walked through the fire of their own pain and emerged victorious. Draw from their wisdom like a parched wanderer at a life-giving spring, and wield it as a shield against the shadows that threaten to overwhelm you. Failure is not your foe, but your forge master, a revelation of the power that sleeps within. Every stumble is a map etched in the soil of your soul. Every mistake a teacher whispering the secrets of your endurance. Think of the legends who turned pain into triumph. Athletes who clawed their way back from crippling injuries to claim gold. Leaders who rose from the ruins of loss to inspire millions. Artists who painted their anguish into masterpieces that endure. Embrace your falls with open arms. Rise with a fire that burns brighter than the sun, and press on with the relentlessness of a river carving canyons through stone. Persistence is the hammer that shapes your pain into an unyielding, eternal force, a power that turns your whispered struggles into a thunderous legacy. Believe in this alchemy with a faith that roars above the storms of doubt. When the world casts its skeptical gaze, when your own heart wavers with uncertainty, declare with a voice that shakes the earth, "My pain builds my power, my scars are my crown." Your mind is your sacred forge. Feed it with the courage of a lion. Stoke it with the hope of a new dawn, and it will craft a self so mighty, so radiant, it will leave you awestruck. Speak to yourself with the tenderness of a mother soothing a child, the boldness of a conqueror claiming a kingdom, and watch your spirit rise like a phoenix from the ashes, its wings spread wide over a world reborn. Take ownership of your pain with the iron grip of a master smith. Blaming life, others, or the cruel hand of fate keeps you trapped in the fire's heat, the metal unshaped. Pain will strike with a brutal, unrelenting force. Injustices that sear your soul like a branding iron. But wallowing in the agony changes nothing. Seize control. Mold your experiences with the precision of an artist. Temper your reactions with the strength of steel. Command your growth with the authority of a sovereign. When you own your pain, you become the master craftsman of your destiny, forging a legacy that stands as a testament to your power, a monument that defies the erosion of time. Now, the call to action resounds within you. Don't let this sacred moment slip through your fingers like grains of sand. Start today, in this very breath, and seize the power that lies dormant within your pain. Pour every drop of your struggle, every throb of your heart, every spark of your indomitable will into this transformative fire. Strength, purpose, victory, they await as you master your hurt, as you turn your wounds into weapons of triumph. Stand tall, breathe deep the air of resilience and redemption, and step boldly into the blazing heart of Pain Builds Power. This is your forge, your triumph, your eternal strength. Embrace it with all you are, every tear, every scar, every victory, and let the world stand in awe of the invincible power you've built from your pain.